Hi everyone. I'm Jonathan's Media Shack here once again. And today, I am going to do a review on a TV show called The Adventures of Jimmy Neutron, Boy Genius, that came out in the year of 2002. So, anyways, enjoy. So basically what the plot for this show is, Jimmy is a 5th grade genius who always invents some new gadgets to solve new problems. With his robotic companion dog, Goddard, always ready to lend advice, and his best friends Carl and Sheen, Jimmy tries to attend Lindbergh Elementary like any other kid. And like any other kid, Jimmy often finds himself in a bit of mischief, and that's basically it. That's what the plot for this show is all about. Now, what do I think about this show? Well, in my opinion, I think that this show is pretty cool. I'll tell you the reasons why. 1. The animation for this show looks so awesome. I loved how they used the exact same formula for the animation for this show, and when they've made it, they didn't mess it up one bit. I like how they took this awesome animation from that cool movie, and used it to make this show, and the animation is just the same as the actual movie was. And that's how you make an actual great show that's based off of a movie. Oh, and speaking of that, 2. It is based off of the cool movie, Jimmy Neutron, Boy Genius, which I reviewed back in September of 2022, and which was good enough. 3. The way that Jimmy uses his gadgets is really cool, radical, and amazing. Even when he uses it for mischievous fun at times, that does not change the fact that this is radical the way he does it. Well, at least in my opinion. 4. The episodes were really funny, and awesome, and radical all at the same time. My favorite is when Jimmy and Cindy had switched bodies, and it's the funniest episode that I had ever seen. Another one that I like is when Jimmy accidentally turns his grandmother into a baby, and Jimmy has to figure out the way to return to her normal self, before his parents get home, and that was also really funny. There's more, but I'm not going to mention them all. 5. This was back when Nickelodeon used to be epic, back when it had awesome shows, like Rugrats, The Fairly Odd Parents, and other classic Nickelodeon shows, but nowadays Nickelodeon is total shit, especially with the goddamn piece of shit Loud House spitting crap, and the god-awful Fairly Odd Parents. Fairly Odder Show, which spits everything that made the Fairly Odd Parents so good. Yeah, nowadays, Nickelodeon is terrible, but this show was back then when Nickelodeon was awesome. 6. The characters in this show is very likable, clever, funny, and awesome characters, especially Jimmy Neutron himself, who is an awesome character. 7. I find the humor in this show to be very charming, and witty. 8. I find the music, and the theme song to be epic, and awesome. 9. It even had a crossover trilogy with the Fairly Odd Parents, and it was the best crossover from Nickelodeon that they had ever came up with. It's such a shame that crossovers don't come out as good as it used to be nowadays, but this is definitely a fine one. 10. The voice acting for this show is splendiferous. I thought that everyone had done such a great job voicing their characters in this show, because it fits perfectly with their characters. 11. I find this show to be one of the best shows of 2002. And finally, 12. Anyone who had anticipated with this show had done such a great job with this Nickelodeon masterpiece. And, so, for my final rating, for The Adventures of Jimmy Neutron Boy Genius, I'm going to give it a 7 out of 7. What a cool and outstanding show. So, anyways, that's all for today's video. See you guys later.